It's episode 127 of Left Side Heavy, the podcast, presented by Blue Wire. It's your boys, Hayden and Jevin, and we welcome on recurring guests of the show, Good Man Alert, nice beard. Had trouble getting into his iPad with the audio, so rookie mistake. Tanner Rennich. How's it going, bud?
Feel like a 48-year-old grandpa trying to figure out these goddamn Zoom meetings these days.
You playing on that Game Boy over there?
Yeah.
Like, Dad.
Am I supposed to connect to Facebook?
This goddamn interweb.
Where are the fucking predators? It's like, Dad. It's a group chat with my buddies, okay?
Is this gonna get me a virus?
Yeah.
Probably.
Tanner, how you doing, bud?
Good, man. Good to be back on the show. It's been a while. I feel like it's been at least a year, right?
I think the last time you were on, we were previewing the NFL playoffs or something. No, you were on for
hockey
free agency. You're on for free agency.
Yeah, that was it.
But yeah, it's been a while. You're back. You just recently went on a hunting trip. Did you not?
Yeah.
How was that?
Went on a couple recently. First trip, saw a lot of elk. Nothing legal, but it's the way it goes sometimes. And then second trip, missed a couple deer, so felt like an absolute dickhead, but it's the way it goes sometimes. And
typical.
It's still good to be out there though. Still love doing it, so wouldn't trade it for anything. Better than a day of work, right, boys?
It's like shooting a 120 on the course. You're there.
Any day golfing is a better day than working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the same. Any day doing something you love, right?
Yeah,
exactly. I always say, fuck this game, I quit, and then I stripe one down the fairway. I'm like, yo, this is the best day ever.
I'm right back, baby.
Yeah. Just takes one shot.
Meanwhile, you're literally like on 18, you shoot like a 120, but you birdie 18, you're like, I'm coming back, boys.
Yeah, it's a good day. I just got 3 9s in a row, and one of them was a par 3.
It just took me 17 holes to get ready,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just came out for a hole.
Threw your putter in the creek 3 holes before.
Yeah. Putting with your 60 degree.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh man, but I just went golfing. I was Burnaby Mountain yesterday. It's a good time. Nice little early morning tee time, 7:50. It was nice. Shot 89, but first time there, I'll take it.
Nice, that boy.
Oh, 2 on 1,
3 on 1. Insane.
Dude, if the Canucks lose this game, I might.
Oh my gosh.
Go postal. I think you're ahead of me, Jeb.
I'm ahead, like, of all.
Hayden's ahead of me.
2 on 1.
Oh yeah, he's behind.
Yeah, you're way behind. Holy.
Hayden's ahead of him.
Oh God, 2 on 0.
3 on 0, bud.
Holy.
Hayden's ahead of me, and I'm ahead of you.
I feel like I'm watching in China.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That was hilarious.
Time zone's way too literally. You're in fucking Langley, Hayden's in Pitt.
Well, I'm just scabbing off your parents' shaw count, so.
Dude, that's what I'm doing.
Fuck that. I ain't paying for cable.
Yeah, fuck that.
Are we on the Sportsnet app? Because that's what I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sportsnet app. Anyways. No. Yeah, watching the Canucks game in overtime right now versus Columbus. Vancouver blew another lead, naturally. It's 3-3 in overtime. And yeah, so
okay, before we get started though, sorry, Jeff. If the Canucks are gonna do this every game and just blow leads, I might as well start betting on the other team to come back. That way, if they lose, then at least I'm profiting from their fucking shit ability to sustain a lead.
Exactly.
You're hedging out your happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
I did that on the weekend too.
Recurring guest of the show, Michael Bartner, MB on Hockey on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. He's started this like sports betting trend to kind of grow his brand. And he's like, I'm betting like making 1 bet a day and I'll track my records and stuff. And he's 0-4 right now. And I messaged him. I was like, can you bet Columbus money line so my team can win a game, please?
Yeah. Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, otherwise it's like a win-lose for one of us. All right, my team wins and you lose your bet, or you win your bet and I just lose. So please just bet Columbus money line. I need it. But well, I guess we'll just kickstart with the NHL. Week 1 is done, and there's just a lot of storylines happening. Toronto's goaltending, everyone knew that was gonna be a problem from the get-go, and it already is 3 games in. They just got gassed by Arizona naturally. I think that's like 20 years in a row Arizona's gotten at least a point in Toronto, so that's hilarious. Stamkos and Crosby are fucking like top 3 Hart right now. Just is it like 2008, 2009 again? Because they're just tearing it up. They're turning back the clocks. Canucks can't hold a lead.
The NHL is in full swing.
Yeah, it's insane.
Minnesota forgot how to play defense
and goaltending.
And goaltending.
Dallas is proving everyone wrong. A lot of people had to miss in the playoffs. Now they're undefeated, sitting at the top of the Central. Shit is just
looks like a beast.
Insane right now. But Tanner, what are your thoughts after the first week of the NHL season?
I mean, it's so hard to judge after like only like what 3-4 games, but I feel like I need like a 10-game sample size to like figure out where most teams are at. But I mean, like, I haven't watched too much hockey, but watching the Canucks, it was like, is this gonna be the same old shit that we see every year? And
I'm gonna say right now, yes, it is, and you're gonna about to see why.
Fuck! That was like, you timed that probably perfectly. Jeff, did you already know too?
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying not to say anything though.
Oh my god, man.
We got a point. We're on the board, boys.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But I love to see Ovi getting some goals early. I mean, I would love that guy to beat Gretzky's record, so he needs to keep that going.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Who was kind of like your top teams going into the season? Who did you like winning it all? Who was your kind of cup pick going in?
I like the Rangers a lot. I liked them a lot last year, and I think they didn't really lose too much from last year, and just their goaltending is top notch. So I just think any team with the top notch goaltender these days is going to go far. When it comes playoff time, obviously Colorado's still a goddamn wagon, so we can't forget about them.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the Rangers winning the President's Trophy because I just felt like they're going to be like one of those teams going forward, just going to be a top of the league team. And I think that Eastern Conference Finals run was a kind of the start of that. It was a big start, but I think it was the start of that of them being like a serious contender. But let's talk about the Vancouver Canucks, because I mean it's a Canucks Central pod, and they're now 0-3-1. They just lost to Columbus in overtime after blowing a 2-0 lead. Naturally. Positives right now. We'll start with the positives before we kind of go balls deep into the negatives. Pedersen. Body looks really good. He has 3 goals in 4 games. He has like 18 in his last 20, dating back to last season. And Kuzmenko, what are your guys' thoughts on him? Early start to the season. There's a lot of hype surrounding him, and a lot of questions on whether or not he would adapt to the North American style. What are your guys' thoughts on Andrei Kuzmenko 4 games into the year?
I think he's finding his footing, and not this game, but last night's game in Washington, you can kind of see him fill out his skates, so to say, and actually make some good plays. He had that really, really good assist, but it was honestly like a shot and then just a better tip by Lazar. But honestly, it's good to see him. He's flying around, and he's on like line 2, right?
Yeah, I think he's with
or is he third line with Lazar and
I think he's with Pedersen. And
is he with
Besser? No.
Is he with Peter? No, I thought he was on Lazar line, right?
No, he's second line.
Oh, he's second line.
Is he with like Horvat? Is it Horvat, Besser, and Kuzmenko? Fuck, I can't remember. I can't remember what the lines are exactly.
I can search it
But
up right now.
They've sort of been shuffled a bit too since he
yeah,
hasn't been getting back in. So
yeah. No, but I totally agree. Kuzmenko's looking really confident and looking like he belongs. I mean, it's much different than like an 18-year-old coming over from Russia and playing in the show. Like he's 26, so he has some experience playing professional hockey. So I would expect him to kind of adapt to it pretty quick. But I don't know, his shot looks good. He's making plays that like a longtime NHLer would. And it seems like he's not making like any selfish plays, which is good to see. And he's
He
like
was
kind
actually
of
on line 1 tonight, Jeff. Sorry to interrupt you, but he was line 1.
yeah, I think he started on line 2 at the start, but like Tanner alluded to, they kind of had to make some changes since we were like 0-3. So but Tanner, what have you liked from the Canucks? I mean, I know there's like minimal to be happy about, but what do you like from the team so far?
I mean, coming into this year, I was super excited for like kind of the changes that being from the top, like management, everything changed, and then just being able to dump like not a lot, but a little bit of cap and pick up some guys that are kind of like guys who younger guys who can make an impact, not so much the Benning way where he would get guys who kind of tail end of their career almost, right? So I did like those moves, and then I mean, I love that Kuzmenko right away. I felt like the first game of the season, he was like right in there, like totally noticeable, right? A lot
Yeah.
of those guys kind of are a bit overwhelmed coming over the show and just don't really adapt. I mean, you've seen it with Gusev, right? Like he was one of those guys that played in the K forever and just never kind of really stuck around. So it's good to see, and I think this time goes on here, Kuzmenko, like sky's the limit, man. I think this guy could really be a big piece for the Canucks, and I love seeing him kind of already making contributions early on.
Yeah. 1,000%. You can even like behind the scenes and stuff like that. He's making good relationships with the boys. He's great with the media. And I think that just goes a long way with building morale in the dressing room. So I think sooner or later, I I hope is from deep down positives that things kind of start gelling more and more with our offense. But right now, like kind of leading into the negatives, I mean, we're the first team to lose first 3 games of the season when leading by multiple goals. And when you have that labeled to your team, like that is terrible. And our power play, we've given up more shorthanded goals than we have power play goals. Um, it's just like we stopped playing after the first 20 minutes.
I wouldn't say 20. I'd say 40 because it's almost like as soon as the third period hits, and that's actually the stat I was telling you yesterday, Jeff. The Canucks, like in the third period, are outscored 7-0.
Yeah, they just scored their first goal tonight in the third period.
Which like that's unacceptable. Like that's closing a game right there. That's complete. Like if it's football terms, that's completing a couple first downs with 5 minutes to go in the game. Like you got to close out big tight games, and they're just not doing that. But the first 40 minutes, they're looking electrifying. They're looking like they can't be stopped.
Okay, tell me if I'm crazy here, but like our teams just making like the Canucks play a super aggressive game. So are the teams just making adjustments after those first 2 periods or first half of the game to where they're taking advantage of the mistakes the Canucks are making? Because I feel like I don't know, it doesn't feel like watching the game we're playing that bad defensively. It's just like does Boudreau need to make adjustments mid-game after we get a lead, right?
Yeah,
Are we still being too aggressive?
I think we get stuck puck watching. There's so many instances in the defensive zone where backdoor passes or backdoor rebounds or the guy has no one in a freaking like 3-foot radius around him and he just has a wide open cage. Like Demko hasn't helped us out, but we also haven't helped him out. Like we've been hanging him out to dry multiple times, and we just have to figure out, be way more disciplined, sticking to our zones and our man, because like the OV or like the game against Washington, John Carlson was wide open, and OV had the puck, and I think OEL, Horvat, and like one other guy were all zoned in on him, and that freed up everyone else, and Carlson was wide open back door, and he scored. And so I think we get stuck puck watching, and we get way too committed, and we take our foot off the gas. I just feel like we play too conservative, but like it's a matter of like, I don't want to make any mistakes to turn it over, where it's like we're not generating enough chances to keep them on their toes. And so it's just like we're constantly playing defense, and sooner or later they're going to find a way to break through if they're given enough chances.
Yeah.
So we need to, like, our power play, we just need to start shooting more. Hughes needs to put it on net more.
Our power play, we need to change the plays we're running, because the one-timer to PD is like so predictable these days. I feel like every goalie is expecting that play. And even that, like the bumper play to Horvat,
Yeah.
those are like the only two plays I ever see.
Yeah. 100%. Like, do like what Edmonton ran against us. They did the down to the goal line, up to the bumper, and then across back door. Had the Canucks in shambles when they did that. Mind you, it was like Draisaitl and McDavid running that, and they're the two of the best players in the world. But like Horvat, like Miller should like run a bumper to Horvat, but he should dummy it and go straight over to PD or something like that. Like mix it up a little bit.
There needs to be more variety, because the amount of times I've seen fucking PD one-timer and the goalie's right there to save, it's like unbelievable.
And Hughes, if you're gonna tee Pettersson up, don't put it in like way back in his stance. Put it where you can actually have a chance at shooting it, because you try to set PD up like 4 times in one power play, and one of them connects because Pettersson actually has a chance at one time in it, whereas the other ones aren't really set up on a tee for him.
I feel like a lot of the times the Canucks really don't take what the teams are giving them. They're more so just trying to do what they practice almost.
Yeah.
Which is super frustrating to watch, because you can totally see it.
Like, I 100% agree, because Pettersson or Hughes or Horvat, they have so much speed coming up and they drop past it. So they just hold the blue line. But if they just kept that speed up, they could probably break through like at least 3 of those guys and have like a one-on-one or something like that, and even just get like a shot on net. But I feel like we always limit ourselves to like the top part of the zone, and that when we do that, we're more susceptible to turning it over, and it's an easy out for the defense. Like we got to
I completely agree.
We just got to keep the puck deep on the power play and limit their chance of an easy out. And when we do that, we're more susceptible to having an odd man rush going the other way against us shorthanded, because we have one defenseman back and then 4 other guys are up top, right?
We have Quinn Hughes back, who's been on the ice for 4 minutes and is absolutely gassed.
Yeah. And it's like we just, like you said, we have to take what they're giving to us instead of trying to do our thing every single time when it's not working. But I mean, is it too early to panic?
Oh yeah, much too early.
Oh yeah, it's what, we still have 78 games to go, you know?
We're fine.
It's just annoying when what's pissing me off more is the giving up the leads.
Yeah, it definitely makes it way harder to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
Because as soon as Horvat scored the shorthanded goal, I didn't even celebrate. I'm like, I'm not celebrating until the fucking game is over, because I just need to know that I'm celebrating for like a lead that we can actually keep. Prove to me that we can hold this lead, and then next thing you know, no lead. Like, we lost. And obviously leads are gonna dismantle for a team, but if you're doing it 4 games in a row, how can we trust you? Like, how can any game be enjoyable to watch?
Yeah, it's tough.
So I'd like, we're showing that we can score, but we're showing that like we can't keep up our pace of play, so we can easily get rolled over by their opponent. So
Yeah, there's got to be adjustments, and hopefully there will be soon.
yeah, hopefully it works out. But Kuznetsov absolutely took the hammer to Burrow's face with his stick, got suspended 1 game. What were your guys' thoughts on that play, and is 1 game enough?
I think 1 game is enough. It's kind of like not funny, obviously. It's never funny to see someone just get slapped in the face like that, but it was just like, whoa, what the hell? Like why did that even happen? Obviously, guys are going to be guys, sticks are flying everywhere, but like got to keep your head on a swivel. You don't know who's going to just be flinging their stick right at your face.
Yeah, just kind of unfortunate for Burrows.
Yeah, literally.
That is one of the more psychotic plays I've ever seen in my life. Like, Burrows didn't do anything to him. He was just
No.
like, and then Kuznetsov just turns and full on slashes him in the face. And it's like, that is so out of pocket to what happened to you.
Was there a penalty called on that play? I can't remember if there was.
Yeah, he got a 2-minute high sticking penalty.
Oh, yeah.
There's no blood on that play.
There's no blood.
Yeah, there was no
Wow.
blood. That's why I didn't remember or didn't recall if there was actually a penalty, because I didn't see like the arm go up right away or like delayed call, and I was like,
yeah, there's a
how?
penalty.
Okay.
I think it should have been like 2 to 3 games, because there was intent and it could have been much worse than it actually was. I think 2 to 3 games it should have been, but I'm just happy he at least got something. But anyways, Matt Murray, Leafs goalie, put on LTIR because he's to miss 4 weeks with a lower body injury. Are the Leafs in trouble? Because as soon as this happens, they lose to Arizona. Tanner, I'll go to you first.
Dude, Matt Murray sucks. That's brutal. What were they thinking signing that guy, man?
I have
Did
no
they
idea.
trade for him?
They traded for him, yeah.
Did they? I thought they
Yeah.
signed him. Oh, fuck.
Even
That was a free agent
worse.
signing.
But like, I don't get how the Leafs management doesn't see that they're not going to get the job done. They're already not a strong defensive team. They need a solid goalie. Go out and spend the money. I mean, they don't really have the cap, but they had to know the writing was on the wall that this was not going to be the answer.
Yeah. Hundy. I totally agree. Do you think they need to put up one of their bigger players to like get some goaltending back? But like, goaltending's so highly praised in this league that it's hard to get like a good goalie. So that's why you got to take advantage when you have one. Should they have put the money away and re-signed Campbell instead of letting him walk?
Would Campbell get 5 times 5, I think, right?
Yeah.
But then again, Campbell doesn't even really look like I know Murray's not good, but I mean, Campbell in his 2 games that he's played, he's allowed like 8 goals, 9 goals.
Yeah, he doesn't look much better.
Yeah. So it's kind of a tough situation for the Leafs. And honestly, I thought Murray could have revitalized his career in Toronto, especially with how high-powered Toronto is. But this just ain't it, especially now going on LTIR.
Dude, Matt Murray was in the AHL last year, was he not?
Yeah, I think so.
In Ottawa?
I think it was. It was either last year or 2 years ago.
That's Brutes Magoots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I do agree with Hayden that he could have revitalized it.
Like bounce back a bit.
Yeah, like it was hard to get any worse than he was in Ottawa. So like on that spectrum, I think he could have bounced back. But I definitely didn't think throughout the season that this would be like good at all. Because I don't think Samsonov is much of an upgrade either, if any. In comparison to Matt Murray. So like I think instead of like a 1A, 1B, they got like a 2B, 2C type of scenario going on. They ain't even good enough for
Definitely.
2A. So yeah, I have no idea what's gonna happen with this. They got Shalgren or Colgren or whatever his name is from the Marlies, and he gave up 4 to AZ. So yeah, Toronto's in shambles, but it'll be interesting to see how they play forward. I got 5 overreactions, and you're gonna tell me what you think of them. Minnesota will miss the playoffs due to their goaltending and defense.
False. They're gonna turn it around. They'll figure it out.
I have to say false too. I have too much faith in Fleury as I dropped him in fantasy today. I just need actual points, but points quickly. But I do believe in Fleury and the Wild.
Yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs. At some point things got to turn around. I think their defense is good. They're just underperforming right now. Like I like Brodin, Spurgeon, Dumba. I like what they got back there. But Fleury does need to start playing like an actual like NHL goaltender before things get really, really messy. But like again, it's early on. Central is a bit on the weaker side in terms of the divisions in the NHL. So I think they can afford to start off slow. Unlike the likes of Colorado, Dallas, and Nashville and St. Louis, I guess. But like I think they're good enough to overtake a couple of those teams. But they just Fleury needs to start playing competent. Pittsburgh is a Stanley Cup contender.
Yes. Even after losing to Montreal, I don't know. There's something just about their first 2 wins that seems so convincing. Obviously, 6-2, 6-2 will do that to you.
Yeah. Tanner?
I think you're always in it if you got Crosby, Malkin, Letang, all the boys.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're Stanley Cup contenders this year. Crosby's turning the clock back. I mean, like the clock was never like he never really slowed down. Malkin's never really slowed down. It's just injuries have held him back. But when he's healthy, he's always like point per game. Jake Gensel doesn't stop. Ricardo Raquel, that contract's starting to age pretty nicely. Tristan Jarry has solidified himself as one of the better goalies in the league. Casey DeSmith is no slouch either. So just like Pittsburgh is always like maybe 3rd spot in the Metro kind of thing. But I really think that they can go on a deep playoff run if they continue to play anywhere close to this.
I think it's just gonna be a more matter of if their depth can help out when they need to help out, right? That's their biggest thing is you can't rely on Crosby, Malkin 24/7. You got to have those guys chipping in once in a while. So
Yeah.
if they help out, then I think they should. Yeah, they're definitely making playoffs, and they'll make a good push.
Boston can win the President's Trophy despite the McAvoy Marchand injuries.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
It'd be hard to.
Too many other good teams out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can, man. I honestly think they can. Bergeron and Krejci are playing unreal. Even like Krejci, despite taking a year off, going to Europe. Pasternak is playing out of his mind right now, and they're getting Marchand and McAvoy back at like the end of November, and they're 3 I don't know what they're 3-0 right now.
They lost.
They lost to Ottawa.
Yeah, beat Ottawa 1-7-5.
So like they still scored 7 despite letting in 7, but like I truly think that they can be a serious like top team in this league this year. And anything could happen when you're up there. If they can keeps going like this, their depth is playing really well right now. It's just once they get McAvoy back to shore up that defense, and they're scoring or putting all these points on the board. Even without their second, third best player in Marchand, I think they could be really scary come Christmas time. So it'll be interesting here. Vancouver will be contending for Bedard.
Oh man.
Fuck, I hope not.
That's such a 50-50 right now, just looking at the first 4 games.
So there's two, like, I feel like Arizona and who's the other team I'm missing right now? Oh, the Kraken, or like I feel like they're too bad to even make a push.
Are the Kraken the new Edmonton?
Why do you say that?
Getting top picks.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
Shane Wright this year.
Nobody will ever have it as good as Edmonton had it, but
Yeah,
I think that was their plan from the get-go anyways, so.
I think Edmonton had what, like 4 first overall picks on their team at once.
Didn't
Like-
they get like 6 top 5 picks?
Like they had at one
6 years.
point they had like McDavid, Taylor Hall, Nugent Hopkins.
Yakupov.
Was he on the same team as them? I think he was.
He was the first overall.
Yeah, I just don't know if like he was on the same team as them. But like the Eberle was like top 5 or like top 10. Like they had so many like elite prospects, and they were just never did anything with them. But they had Draisaitl as well. He was 3rd overall. Man, the fact that they're just starting to like be cup contenders now is insane. Dallas will go on a deep playoff run.
Yes.
Expand, Hayden.
Without what?
I said expand, Hayden.
Oh, okay. I think yes, just because of how Ottinger's playing. Like Ottinger's being an absolute wall right now.
Well, he was in playoffs too, man. He was a freak.
Exactly. Didn't he like stop like 60 shots against Calgary?
I think it was more than 60. I was like 70 shots, something like that. It was
Yeah,
nuts,
and he
man.
only let in like what 1 or 2 goals. Like that's
I think it was like
fucking
3. I
absurd.
think they lost like 3-2 in overtime or like triple overtime or some shit.
Yeah, whatever it was, like that is unreal goaltending. And obviously in a league where we were just praising goaltending, Ottinger could be that guy. Like he could be top 3 goalie this year.
I mean, he's certainly playing like it, and he showed it last year. And they got him on a bargain too. He's just making over like $6 million right now. I think a deep playoff run. I don't think they're making Western Conference Finals, so I think they can definitely get to the second round, but I don't think they're going any further than that. I just think at some point their forward group is going to slow down because they don't really have much else outside of Robertson, Hintz, and maybe Pavelski, but like Jamie Benn and Seguin isn't showing anything.
Oh, Sagan's been brutal the last few years, man.
Yeah, and I think he's making like 20
Oh.
sheets this year, some crazy and like actual cash, like signing bonus and like annual salary. It's insane. But I mean, I do like their defense with Heiskanen, and Lindell's playing better, but I just don't think this can like last.
I
Despite
agree.
their-
I feel like they could get into playoffs and then they get swept first round type thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not swept because Ottinger's a freak, but
I agree. All right. That's kind of all I got for the NHL. Week 1's been exciting. Lots of exciting games. But
still a long ways to go. So
yeah, still a long ways to
interesting
go.
Be interested to see how things kind of go here, but
Canucks
love
play.
that the NHL's back.
Yeah, Canucks play Minnesota on Thursday. How do we think that's gonna go?
Score
Barn
fest.
burner. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like bet the over.
Yeah, seriously.
Could be like a 5-4 game.
Watch, it'll be a 1-0 game now that we said this.
Canucks blow 4-1 lead, lose 5-4.
Yeah, bet the over. I'm gonna bet the under though, because nothing I say comes to fruition.
That's true. So bet the Dallas Stars to win the Stanley Cup this year.
All right, Hayden. Let's kick it over to football, both Canadian and American.
All right, someone
Um,
play Fox Sports theme music right now. Let's get her going.
I forget
those-
which one that is.
Get those trumpets. No, we'll actually kick it off in the CFL first. We haven't touched on the CFL mostly because
Some syphilis.
mostly because the Lions haven't been winning as of late, but they've kind of turned it around in the last couple of weeks here. Got a huge win over Winnipeg. Winnipeg is Grey Cup favorite. They just re-signed Zach Collaros to a 3-year extension. He definitely is going to be winning back-to-back MOPs, most outstanding player. And but the biggest news, Nathan Rourke back practicing this week for BC.
Let's go.
Not playing this week in Edmonton. Fun stat about being an Edmonton Elks fan. Just guess how many days it's been since they've won a home playoff game. Tanner, you can be in on this too. I'm not sure if you watch a lot of CFL stuff, but
Fuck no, but I'll throw a guess out there.
yeah, throw a guess. Guess how many days?
Since they won a home playoff game or just
Won
a
a
playoff
home playoff game.
Fuck. I'm gonna go
game?
with.
You go first, Jeff.
I don't even know what number makes sense. Is this like
Absurd.
even
Absurd.
counting? I'm gonna go like 1,800 days.
Fuck me, you're going that high? I didn't think it'd be that high.
I'll say this. It is lower.
My guess was gonna be like 950 days.
Well, if you said that, Tanner, you definitely win. On Friday night, last Friday, it was the 1100th day they didn't get a win at home.
So almost 4 years.
Yeah, and BC is heading back to Edmonton on Friday, and that was actually the last team that Edmonton did beat in
Wow.
2019. Yeah,
Hayden, can you name the BC Lions quarterback when that happened?
Mike Riley.
Really?
Yeah,
Riley
it
was
was
there?
Michael Riley. Yeah, that was his first year back in BC.
Was that when the first year BC signed him?
Yeah, and they sucked, and they went like 3-13 or something like that. 3-15.
Was that
Absolutely ridiculous.
Was that when our head coach was the guy from the Stampeders? What's his name? That black guy who wore his hat sideways.
Yes, it was.
What's his name?
And it was I think he was from Ottawa. Fuck, now I can't remember his name, but he was only there for the one season.
That guy was a clown.
He was a clown, yeah. I liked his energy at the start, but like ever since then, yeah, I mean, you don't really think of people like that anymore, considering he was like a one and done. Now you really have me thinking about this, so I'm gonna have to look, or else I'm gonna fucking hate my life.
I could have sworn he was the Stamps D coordinator the year they won.
Devon
Grey Cup.
Claybrooks.
Yeah.
No, but
Clown.
Rick Campbell, he's definitely made a huge improvement over the last couple of years. Obviously, getting Nathan Rourke was an absolute godsend. This kid probably gonna pursue NFL opportunities next year because he's that good. I don't think he'll make it in the NFL, but he'll definitely pursue opportunities. My dad likes to compare him to Russell Wilson. So
Holy Jesus Christ.
Russell Wilson before Denver. So but that's just overhyping everything. But yeah, no. So playoffs come in 2 weeks if the Lions win against Edmonton this Friday. They will clinch their first home playoff game since 2011, their Grey Cup winning year. Now, that is actually insane.
Wow.
Because it's been that long since a home playoff game. You talk about Vancouver teams with droughts? Whew. Canucks move over. But yeah, no. So it's going to be really exciting for the last couple of weeks here to see exactly where the Grey Cup playoffs will kind of stem out. But yeah, no, it's going to be super interesting.
Would Nathan Rourke obviously, depending on how he played, if he was healthy, would he be MOP?
Yeah, he's still getting MOP votes, and he only played 8 games.
That's crazy. Good
But
for him.
Well, even actually crazier stat. It took Nathan Rourke to be where he was at for passing stats, touchdowns, and yards. 3 weeks ago, only Zach Collaros surpassed Nathan Rourke.
That's crazy. I didn't know he was that far ahead.
Oh, Tanner, he you could watch any game this year. Their Lions are putting up 35 plus points a game.
Yeah,
I think there was a 3 or 4 week period, 4 straight weeks. Rourke was beating a record, and
every week, yeah.
I mean, once he set 2 weeks ago, he's like, "Oh, Nathan Rourke just beat his own record." That's like Steph setting a record for threes, and the next game beating that and setting a new record for threes or some shit. He would set a record for pass yards in a game, and then next yard he would beat that.
He would beat it, yeah. Here, Tanner, I'll tell you the first 8 games, which was the games that Rourke played. Okay.
Okay.
Lions score 59 points, 44 points, 34 points, 22 points, 17 against the Tiger Cats, which was crazy. Then 32, 46, 41.
What was their record while he was healthy?
7-1.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Their only loss was to the Blue Bombers at that time. And then, yeah, as soon as he was done, they ended up losing 3 in a row. But they've turned it around. They can clinch, like I said, they can clinch second place, get a home playoff game, and you can bet on me being at that home playoff game. Did you guys happen to see the jerseys that the Lions were wearing?
Wasn't it the slate gray and
the
black?
gunmetal gray? They finally brought back the uniforms of dreams. I don't know if you guys remember the original Reebok gunmetal gray unis back in 2013, but they kind of revamped them, made it a little bit more orange so you could see the numbers, but holy shit.
They should bring back those back in black uniforms.
Oh, just something to switch it up.
Yeah.
They haven't had a jersey change in forever. So they have with New Jersey tailors and stuff like that, but to actually get an alternate back is so amazing.
Yeah. Handy.
Denner, did you happen to see them, or are you just
I'm looking at them right now? I'm looking at currently a picture of Adam Bighill in the old jersey.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude, that guy had an absolute sniffer.
He's still huge.
That snout was unbelievable.
Yeah, but imagine him fucking shooting boogers out his nose across the fucking O-line, looking at this freak about to come at you.
Thing look like a half chewed caramel.
Yeah, full chewed caramel, bud.
Jesus, absolutely going in. Hopefully he does not ever find this clip, or else he's
meanwhile he
getting hunted out for blood.
Let's get him as a guest next week.
Puts his shoulder into me, and my rib cage is 50 yards behind me.
Yeah.
It's yeah, please, Adam, could you please put your helmet back on?
Yeah.
With visor.
Yeah, for fuck's sakes, please.
No, but that's all the CFL talk. I know that you two don't really watch or follow along the most, but as I'm looking over, Buffalo just made it 3-1 against Edmonton, which is insane.
Yeah, but, I tried putting that game on, and my connection said no. No, I was like,
I'm gonna watch this goal happen because it's still 2-1 for me.
Yeah, it's a good goal. I have to say that.
At least Draisaitl wasn't on the ice for that.
Yeah, facts. Jesus Christ.
Turnover. This must be it. Breakaway.
Yeah. As you said, turnover. I just saw the replay of it, so that's how far back you are. But wrapping up the CFL, let's turn it into the NFL and go through week 6. An absolute stinker on Thursday night. Who could have foreseen the future?
So weird.
I think the last couple Thursday night games have been dog. I mean, actually no, yeah, just the last two. Last two have been kind of dog. Which obviously sets a bad week for the whole rest of the week. Is bad Thursday night game. Well, can't wait to lose in fantasy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Commanders and Bears probably. Okay, what game do you guys think was worse? Do you guys think the field goal fest or Justin Fields getting praised for barely making a contribution to his team and overthrowing a tight end in the end zone was a better game?
I think the Commanders and Bears was better because you can expect a worse game from them.
Could you?
So like, no, but like,
no, you couldn't.
no, but like, you were expecting a bad game to happen. Whereas
Honestly, I was
like,
expecting a barn burner.
no, but like, whereas opposed to like the Broncos and Colts, you were expecting for it to be much better than it was. So your expectations were like, well,
I'll give
fuck,
you
this
that.
game sucks. Whereas like the Commanders, you weren't surprised if a bad game happened because like you know what I'm saying?
It is Washington and Chicago. Yeah, I
So-
agree. Tanner,
so it's like-
what did you think of this game?
Really, our thought process should not have been that way for the Broncos Colts game because the Broncos are putting up the least amount of points in the league right now per game.
Fair.
So we shouldn't have thought that way, but I agree. But I think equal amounts steaming piles of dog shit for these games.
Hundy.
100p. The Giants. Are the Giants for real, guys? I think that is like the biggest question going into week 7. Let me just rattle off a couple of their wins here, and you tell me if they're legit, because obviously they just beat Baltimore, but before that, they beat the Packers. They kind of look like they're shit. They beat the Bears by only a score. They lost to the Cowboys. They beat the Panthers by a field goal. They beat the Titans by 1 to start the season. So, are they for real?
No.
Okay.
I just think you can't rely on some of the meanwhile, like their defense has played well in causing turnovers and just like massive third down stops. But it's hard to rely on that. And Daniel Jones down the stretch, I don't necessarily trust. Saquon's looked great.
RB1, baby.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely think they could make noise because like the NFC is kind of thin. So I definitely think they can be like the Commanders playoff team with like Taylor Heineke kind of thing, where like they might get exposed in playoffs. But
they'll make it fun.
Yeah.
That's
kind of my expectation for them.
Tanner, how do you feel about them?
I mean, just watch them. I like them a lot. I think they're like, I feel like a lot of teams were shitting on them just because they've been so bad in the past, but I feel like they're a solid squad, man. Just like they're running. Saquon's back, full healthy, been looking like a freak. Their O-line is sick. They have like one of the best O-lines in the league.
Which is surprising. Because that like Dallas game, it looked like Danny Dimes was just getting fucked in the ass. Like, to put it lightly.
But yeah, I mean, under Dable's their coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dable has just got them playing like a whole new style of football, and it's working. So
the Buffalo Bills old offensive coordinator, I saw a tweet actually. Tell me if you guys think that this might be true. Somebody said, and I quote, Brian Dable is the best fat guy to happen in New York since Biggie. I saw that tweet, immediately started dying laughing because I was like, holy fuck. He really is turning back the Giants into a somewhat competitive, competent team. And I'm here for it. You know, the more Saquon does, for me, the better.
Is Tanner frozen for you?
I thought he was just being super still, but I'm like, how did he not laugh at that?
Yeah, I felt like an idiot because he just wasn't moving a muscle, but it's just his screen's frozen.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. We'll
I
continue
was,
the conversation about like a different game.
yeah, I was like, damn, are we just like
That
big dumb
boring?
idiot? Yeah, is that he's just not having a good time? Like, dude, just shoot me a message if you're not. Yeah, there he is. He left.
There you go.
That's gonna make the
Well,
video editing a lot of fun, switching the filters in and out. That'd be
God,
great.
God damn it, Tanner. Just leave it up and leave it as a blank screen.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll rattle off a couple of games that don't really involve either of us, and not prime time. Panthers Rams. Funny story. I in my Survivor there was 3 teams or 3 people left. It was me, my dad, and Donald all on one team, and then 2 other guys. One person picked the Bucks, one person picked the Rams. We picked the 49ers. I've never cheered for Carolina to win a game so hard in my life. And when they were up 10-3 or whatever it was, dude, I was like, come on.
Let's go.
DJ, come on. Like get some luck happening.
Fuck, boys. What kind of a laptop doesn't give you a warning when your battery's low?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's what happened to you.
Yeah, I thought you just like heard what I said, and just said fuck you and left.
Can you guys see my video or is it fucked?
No, it's still
yeah.
black screen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're back,
There's-
son. We're back.
Yeah,
There we go.
your video screen was frozen, and we both just thought like you didn't find that joke funny at all, and we were like, "Damn, is that our humor that bad?" Like, because he's just not laughing, but we thought you were being like incredibly still, but your screen was just frozen. I was like,
Okay,
"Okay."
so we were talking about the Giants and how they're for real.
Yeah, okay. I'll kind of shift it back after this, but yeah, so we ended up losing Survivor. The guy who picked the Rams won. And for all I know, the 49ers and the Buccaneers are dead to me. But yes, Tanner, as I was saying, is Brian Dable the best fat guy to happen in New York since Biggie?
Holy, that's a take and a half.
That was a tweet I saw, and I just died laughing. And I honestly don't know.
I love it, man.
They're both big movements right now in New York. So yeah, speaking of New York, the Jets turn heads and
Yeah,
just clap
fuck.
the cheese heads, man.
Sauce Gardner,
yeah.
that was amazing. Yeah,
Dude.
I mean the Jets are just they're very similar to the Giants, man. They're just a fun, exciting team, and a lot of that is credit to Flacco filling in for Zach Wilson. He played more than competent, but now Zach Wilson's coming in. He's doing his thing as well. The defense is helping them out a lot.
Brees Hall looks like a certified stud.
Yeah, I was just about to say Brees Hall's starting to get more and more comfortable each week. And even Michael Carter's been doing his thing as well as like an RB2 to come in and every once in a bit. So the Jets, as much as I hate to say it, the Jets are a fun team to watch. And they're one of the teams where they're kind of playing with house money every week. And they're taking advantage of it.
Yeah, Tanner.
I saw a meme and it was like Aaron Rodgers looking all grumpy on the sideline, and then above it was like when Zach Wilson just banged your mom.
Oh man, I love just the Zach Wilson memes and just the format of him being a millfucker. You know, I think it's absolutely hilarious because no matter what team he versus, and if the Jets win, you can always just see that meme come up and it just says when Zach Wilson banged your mom.
Yeah.
Always be funny.
There's that photo of Zach Wilson sliding into Giselle's DMs, like what up or something.
Yeah. It's a good one.
And then it has like Tom Brady's face on the sideline, like
him throwing a tablet or something.
Oh yeah. That's exactly what it was. It was him throwing a tablet and it was like seeing Giselle's DMs filled with Zach Wilson.
But bigger question, are the Packers like going packing? Like, are they going home? Are they not?
Their highest graded receivers are fucking fullback. I don't know. The Lizard is showing up once in a blue moon. Dobbs can't catch.
Yeah.
Like just
Watson's injured.
yeah. I mean, Aaron Jones hasn't handed in a productive week in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. AJ Dillon is lifeless.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is on his first year of his new deal, making like 50 sheets a year, and he probably wants to. Yeah, I don't even know what he's severely missing Devontae right now,
Yep.
and I'm like genuinely worried about the Packers.
You know
I
what this
thought
remind you know what this reminds me of is like Toronto not going and getting a goalie. It's like
Green
the
Bay never
Packers
getting receivers.
the Packers never getting a receiver, man. Like
dude, we have this conversation every year with this team.
Yeah, we literally do. It's
I
like
see.
Devontae and who else? Now it's like who?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like I saw that they were trying out this undrafted rookie receiver from like Indiana State or something. It's like, why don't you just go out and like the Ravens
Sign
just
Odell.
the Ravens just signed Deshaun Jackson. That would have been much better than what they have right now.
Yeah,
At least
I agree.
at least get like some threat. Like you got Dobbs who's dropping everything. And Lazard is like a wide receiver 3. At least get like something better than that. And Deshaun Watson has had success. He's due for like a 80-yard touchdown like every like 3 weeks. That's better than what they're turning in right
Did
now.
you just say Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson. I meant, but like he's due for like he's due for like an 80-yard touchdown every once in a while.
I agree. I think if the Packers want to be contenders, I think they need to sign Odell.
Yeah, like I don't
Like,
even know what
they
they're
need to give
waiting
him
for.
some sheets. And say,
Overpay
when you
for
come
him.
back, you're fine.
Like overpay for him.
Yeah.
We all know that there's no actual salary cap in the NFL. You just got to reconstruct like Aaron Rodgers is like half his first year to a signing bonus, and you got like cap space right there, and use it for Odell's 1 year.
Agreed.
But
all right. Moving on to potentially another dead team. Why did the Steelers beat the Bucks? Tanner, do you have any reason as to why the Steelers beat the Bucks?
because the Bucks played like absolute dog shit.
Could it be Brady's like growing old year? Like, is this the final? Is this the year that he finally hits that wall?
I'm never gonna put a time limit on Tom Brady's career because I've done it before and it's only made me look stupid.
Fair enough.
I mean, Hayden, you did kind of predict at the beginning of the year that this was going to be the fall off for Brady, but again,
I said I'd still never bet against it, but
that is true. Which is what I'm alluding to as well. Until he legit goes like 3 years without being in the NFL, I'm never counting him out from like having a good year because he's always due to come back. It's just he's the type of quarterback where I feel like he just needs to make playoffs.
And then he'll do something.
And then he'll just like something will come out of him where it's like he's much better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just yeah, I don't know what's happening with the Bucks. I mean, I think their only bright spot right now I've seen is like Fournette and Mike Evans. Brady hasn't looked his best. That offensive line is kind of suspect right now. It's very hot and cold, but their defense doesn't look too bad. But like the offense needs to like turn a corner because the defense is like laying it out there, whereas like the offense isn't taking advantage of it.
I agree. And honestly, I'm not even going to try and give props to their defense this week. The Bills held the Steelers to 3 points.
Yeah.
Like the Bills have a wagon of a defense. The Bucks, like I get it. Your offense needs to sustain some drives to get your defense off the field, but their defense should have they did kill Trubisky. Rest in peace. Concussion. But
they killed Pickett, no?
Pickett. Yeah, my bad.
I was like, they killed Trubisky as well? Like, I didn't see that.
Man, like how or is Trubisky just like Tom Brady like kryptonite there? Because there was the classic 4 down Tom Brady against Chicago. Could it just be a Trubisky thing? I don't know.
Well, it's because Giselle single and Trubisky's like he likes sucking titties, so he's all Trubisky's in his head.
One of the best tweets I think I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god,
it's
Yeah.
amazing, man. So good.
But to just rattle off a couple games here.
I mean, Tom Brady,
oh.
on the sideline, reaming out his offensive line.
What else is new?
I don't know whether or not it was like get your ass in gear or if he was like legit scolding them. But the best quote was like, I didn't leave my wife and kids to come back and be losing to Kenny fucking Pickett at half.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. But the Bucks will turn it around. They always find a way to do it. So
I mean, I bet on them winning the NFC South, so they have to.
I bet on them winning the NFC.
There you go.
So wow.
I did too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. The Colts somehow defeat Jacksonville. Actually look like a competent team. Alec Pierce, he might be that guy right next to Michael Pittman, who also might be that guy. Matt Ryan, kind of hot or kind of cold.
Matty Ice.
Yeah.
Still throwing those interceptions here and there,
Oh yeah,
man.
But somehow winning the game on a fucking pass and a half.
Yeah, Matt Ryan is so like weird. Like I'll think he has like, yo, Matt Ryan's playing like shit, and then he's like third in the league in passing. I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
like,
he's literally QB1 this week or QB2 this week.
It's
in fantasy. It was crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand Matt Ryan's career. It's like just when I think he's starting to slow down, he turns in like a couple good weeks in a row. He's still like some days it looks like he doesn't know how to throw a ball. Looks like he should actually be a lefty. And then other weeks he's like airing it out for 400 yards. I don't know with this guy, but I mean, turn in a couple of more of these performances and the Colts are going to be back on track, playing like how they should.
And their defense is just solid too. So.
Oh yeah, and as soon as Shaq Leonard comes back, it could be wraps. They could actually start finding a groove and rattle off a couple wins, and then they'll be sitting atop the AFC South.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one thing. Why is there always a white dude receiver that comes out of nowhere every few years?
Right?
I know, man. Alec Pierce, like, I really wanted to pick him up at like week 3. But I was like, man, the Colts just look like ass. It doesn't look like he's going to do anything. And now Alec Pierce is, beating out Pittman for targets just because he's getting all the number 2 looks.
Like first it was like Hunter Renfrow. Like homie was just like
Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
Adam Thielen, yeah.
It's like, huh?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, bro.
Yeah.
They always come out of nowhere. They sneak up on you.
I agree. And it's always on a different team. It's never like back-to-back years, Like Cooper Kupp's been good, but he hasn't been like Cooper
Not this
Kupp.
good, yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, Tanner. And the fact that Pierce is a rookie too, he could be like a great dynasty guy.
Oh yeah,
fantasy.
Pick him up now, boys.
I missed him. So close yet so far. Jeff, is it Zappy hour or what?
The goat of goats, my guy.
Dude, is there quarterback controversy? Is this a Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe, Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones situation right now?
Jesus, here we go.
No, I still think it's Mac Jones's backfield. I still think it's his job. It's just this helps give Mac Jones more time to heal. Because high ankle sprains are no joke of an injury, so take your time.
Definitely not.
Coming back. This just gives us more confidence if something were bad to happen to Mac. I still think there are some like throws and like things that Zappy can't do as good as Mac Jones. So I still like Jones back there. I trust him a bit more. But I mean, this is huge for him going forward. Because if he was playing like shit, then it's just so hard to be in his position to be a rookie and have to go in this early on and when like you weren't expecting to. Like it's different for Mac Jones because there's serious quarterback not controversy, but like when he was battling Cam Newton, like he won that job. Like everyone was saying,
Yeah.
give Mac Jones a year. Cam Newton's gonna start. Mac Jones will be starting by like week 7 probably, but like let him sit. And then Mac Jones legit just won the job. He was teaching Cam Newton the playbook and shit like that. So
Yeah.
like it wasn't a surprise for a first round pick to be doing that. But no one he was third on the depth chart, and like there's no expectation of him even getting a sniff this year. So for him to jump in right away and like go toe to toe with Rodgers, and I know like it's like 75-25 running the ball,
Doesn't
but
matter.
like he's still capitalizing on some of the throws.
Mhm.
Obviously there's some coaching to do with him. Like he's gonna need to develop a lot more. He's nowhere close to like start. I don't think he's like a starting quarterback right now, whereas I still think Mac Jones is.
Yeah, I agree.
Because even like slant routes, in routes, fades, like the arm strength isn't there. He underthrows a lot. Balls kind of start to die halfway through there. That was like I was watching Theo Baker on TikTok or whatever, and he was kind of dissecting his play. And the interception that was thrown, it was just a little bit low, and it was kind of part of the cause for the interception.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, as much as like I'm nitpicking, there's still a lot of positives to pull away. He's winning some games, and he's throwing touchdown passes. He's not just handing it off. So, um,
No, definitely.
I like what I've seen, but I still think it's Mac Jones's job. This good performance just gives him more time to be 100% healthy.
Yeah,
You
I
just
agree.
you just got to be fired up as a Patriots fan that this guy's actually keeping you guys in games and actually winning you guys games.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
I'm really happy about it, and I've never been a fan of Brian Hoyer.
Yes.
Fuck
Hoyer,
no.
one has.
Why is that guy even in the league, man?
like Hoyer's literally just there to like be that Ryan Fitzpatrick,
And he's not even as
like
good as Fitzpatrick.
no, like I'm not talking about skill, just like that old man
Oh, the old,
wisdom
yeah.
on the sidelines to be like, Dean, what? Just fucking close your eyes and send it, bud. Where it's like, you know what I'm saying? So I literally think that's only why. Like I never get like last year I was like put Jarrett Stidham in instead of Brian Hoyer, or like not
Yeah.
last year, but like
Couple
put
years
him
ago,
in
yeah.
instead. And meanwhile, Jarrett Stidham isn't the best either, but yeah, I don't know why Brian Hoyer has a job, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy Bailey Zappi is playing as good as he is.
Well, there you go, man. All you can ask for is a couple unspoken wins where you didn't think it would happen.
And that
So,
catch by Devontae Parker on the sideline was
chef's kiss. I didn't
Yeah.
start him, so
He was
fuck
doing
me.
like fucking 360 when he caught that, man.
I know.
Vikings and the Dolphins. Dolphins are in shambles without Tua. Skylar Thompson played actually, but the week before he played really well. Teddy Bridgewater never really in this game for them. Jalen Waddle has the drops, like a bad case of the drops. Does anyone else notice that too, or is it just me?
I didn't catch a lot of this game. I was in the trenches on Sunday flipping pies.
Pizza boy.
So- yeah. So hey, I'm a real boy, bud. So I couldn't catch much of the Dolphins Vikings game, so I can't really allude to whether or not Waddle has the drops.
He was 6 out of 10, and I know that 3 of them were really, really bad drops, like almost like wide open drops.
Oh,
Stuff that he shouldn't be dropping. Let's just say that.
that's tough.
Yeah,
Not his fault.
maybe could
It's never
maybe
his
could have
fault.
changed the game, but like, Tanner, I'll go to you. What were your thoughts on this game? Did you see any of it at all?
I didn't, to be honest, I didn't watch it, but just knowing Waddle's pedigree, I feel like it's just a one-off. He'll shake it off and figure it out, man. It's just one of those things. He's
I feel like
probably,
Tua needs to come back for this offense to actually work.
oh, for sure, I agree. What, like 1,000%. But if they want to, I mean, I love the Dolphins. Their first couple games of the year with Tua, they look like
They look like world
unstoppable,
beaters.
man. Yeah.
No, definitely. I agree. Even the defense has kind of taken in a couple of weeks off ever since Tua has been injured, I feel like. And that's just competent offensive play, maybe not being on the field as much. So, Vikings win. Jefferson looks amazing. Kirk Cousins, quiet MVP year. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he has a chicken dick's chance of winning the MVP.
I don't know either,
but I mean,
he would have been a fun long shot.
And I think he was like the people's favorite long shot this year. I think a lot of people were tickling the Kirk Cousins MVP.
And maybe it's just a $10 bet on him.
Yeah, exactly. A little drop in the bucket there. But he's just like too inconsistent. But I mean, he had a good game from what I saw. And yeah, I mean, he's starting to finally look Thielen's way on a consistent basis. It's always slow starts with that connection every single game, but he's starting to find him in the red zone a lot more, which is where Thielen
You'll get
flourishes.
like 4 receptions on one drive and the touchdown reception,
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, I'm not going to look your way anymore. You've gotten
you
your
have
fair
your
dose.
touchdown, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cousins just a man of the people spreading it around.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you guys saw after the game too, people are just giving him chains to wear, and he looks ice out like after every game they win, and it is the funniest thing ever. I love it.
have you heard him on the like mic'd up getting upset on the sideline?
Oh yeah, he sounds like a schoolboy, man.
Dang it. Frick, man.
You can't swear at all. Good Christian boy.
Friggin' hack, eh?
Philip Rivers 2.0 over here.
Seriously.
But anyways, we'll skip past that game, go to heartbreak for me. I didn't think New Orleans had a chance against the Bengals. It just sucked because we were winning for like 85% of the game.
Blue ball in
and then Joe Burrow just decided to
try.
And that was the worst part. I would just say it right now. If New Orleans doesn't win against Arizona, I think it might be wraps for the season, even though we're only 1 game behind. It's just terrible. It's absolutely terrible, the coaching. The offensive play calling is dry as shit. We're injured to fucking God knows who. Even on Monday, I already saw Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, and Marshawn Lattimore won't be playing. And it's like, well, that's just
that's a kick. That's a kick in the dick right there.
Yeah, and it's like D-Hop's coming back for his first game. My only chance is to hope about Kyler Murray, and I'll say my last little bit on this. I don't know if you guys watched the New Orleans game. Rashid Shaheed, what a great name.
I was about to say name of the year.
Name of the year, man. This guy, he's so quick. He literally touched the ball once, scored, didn't touch it again. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that. My biggest issue with this team is how can Dennis Allen shut out Tom Brady and the Bucs last year, and then like what has he done differently? There's no coaching changes. It's just a big headache.
Yeah.
Absolute headache.
That's so annoying when like you see a case of success from a player in a game and then they're just never seen again. It's like something's clearly working with that player. Like,
yeah. And where was Taysom Hill in this game? Like,
I picked him up. That's why he didn't do anything.
There was no Michael Thomas.
Taysom Hill, bro.
Dude, he's so good. Best athlete in football, maybe next to Micah Parsons. Like, if you put those two head on, it would be a chess match, man.
I pick him up for the upside, baby.
Yeah, he has major upside. Like, he'll give you like that one game. But speaking of Kyler Murray and how bad I hope he just fucking sucks, because called it. Tanner, run us through your emotions of being a Geno Smith fan.
Honestly, this is like I'm in pure bliss after watching the Seahawks this year. Because
I love how everyone was doubting Seattle, and I was like, I know they're gonna play like the NFC West hard, and this is exactly what I mean.
They're like the team that no one saw coming, I guess, or everyone wrote off. But you know what they say, yeah. But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure to watch the Seahawks this year. I mean, coming in, I had very, very, very low expectations. So
Sometimes that's the best position to be in
It
because
is.
like
No one's looking at you.
exactly. And like Geno Smith has still yet to write back.
and it's even like cherry on top is watching Russ suck the absolute dick in
Yep.
Denver right now.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just like every Broncos game I watch, I'm like, oh, keep losing because that just means higher draft pick for the Seahawks next year.
No, it's absolutely beautiful to just see Seattle do what Seattle's doing and Denver continuing to somehow suck.
Yeah. I didn't
I know-
realize
oh,
I
sorry.
picked up Seahawks defense because I just like I don't trust Arizona right now. I didn't realize they got me 20 points. I didn't pay a lot of attention to my dynasty team, especially the Seahawks defense. I was looking at now, picked them at the right time. They had their best week.
I think
Nice.
this might be one of the best takes I ever had. But Kyler Murray, man, like what is he not doing or what is he doing other than dressing up like Hillary Clinton before games? You know?
Yeah, I don't
if
know,
you guys
man.
saw that picture of him in
Oh
the
yeah, it
green
was terrible.
tux.
It was
Oh, yeah.
terrible. It
But,
was
like,
so bad.
I will die on this hill when I say he is like a great athlete. Never want him as my starting quarterback. You know?
I think it's gonna turn around once D Hop's back too. I feel like he needs that guy that he just can rely on, and he hasn't had that up to this point. It's kind of sort of been Zach Ertz up to this point, I would say.
I mean,
But
Hollywood had 14 receptions 2 weeks ago, didn't he?
yeah, exactly. But I mean, I just feel like D Hop is a whole nother level, man.
That's fair. And I mean, hey, we'll see it on Thursday night. We'll see exactly what it's going to be like. I do think it will be better, but how much better is the question, you know?
Yeah, I think he can. He's probably what, like in the lower half quarterbacks right now.
He's only good right now because of his rushing upside.
I still think that he can turn it around to be one of like 12, just outside top 10 quarterback, I think. Because things just might not be clicking right now. And I mean, who knows? Like Robbie Anderson's just going to Arizona now. And that guy's a legit fucking head case, but like he's got like a really high ceiling, but like a very low floor.
Very low floor.
And he's typically been around the floor most, but like he does have upside that might be able to help him out. And Marquise Brown, his injury was looked at to be season ending, but now he should only be out about like 6 weeks. So like tail end of the season, he'll be back. But I think the Robbie Anderson D Hop kind of how they contrast with each other. I think it might help him out a bit more, stretch the field more. So I expect Kyler Murray to pick up his performance, but something about AZ, like as a whole, I don't see much changing with them, but I might see more offensive production.
Yeah. They're play calling in games to watch because I've watched a few of their games and it's just felt kind of boring and super vanilla, if you know what I mean. But
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, they've made the RPO a very boring play. Which is very hard to do.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna save 2 games because
one thing, Hayden, before we
move
move on, I want to talk about one more Seahawks thing. If you guys haven't watched this kid yet, Tariq Woolen, cornerback for the Seahawks, guy is lighting it up. 4 interceptions in 4 straight games. He's looking like an absolute freak. Richard Sherman 2.0 calling it right now. Let's go.
I mean, even Sherman like posted about his stats and he even said like do better than me, you know, like keep going. So it's awesome to see Woolen wasn't he a wide receiver too?
Yep, wide receiver converted to cornerback out of college.
Yeah. There you go.
This this isn't like a Trevon Diggs thing, right? Like, is he nasty in coverage, or is
Lockdown.
he
Dude,
like
he's got
like
spaghetti noodles for arms, man. You should see this guy.
because like I've caught a couple of his highlights, but like is it like he's given up like 1,000 yards, but he has the interceptions? Like, is he actually
No.
locked down and like jumping on routes and stuff like that? Like, he's actually nasty.
And he plays clean too, man. He's not like
He
borderline
doesn't
like
pull. He doesn't tug.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
actually he's a very good corner.
I think the
But
wide
he-
receiver to cornerback like helps him a ton because he knows what they're trying to
You
do.
want to know what he ran at the combine on his 40?
Let me
Four-
guess.
4.38.
Fourth. Oh, fuck yeah, that was my guess. I'll guess 4.36.
4.28, bro. Boom.
Oh my god.
That boy fast.
Yeah, he's a freak, man.
Jesus.
His
Yeah, no,
wheels.
he's absolutely lighting it up. And thank you, Tanner, for saying that because yeah, I did see that tweet about Sherman, but I just forgot about it.
All good, man. So I'm here.
Yeah, Seahawks looking like a.
All right, you can go now, bud.
But like I said, gonna save these last two games for the last two. But so we're gonna talk about the Monday Night Football game because, oh my god, imagine needing 2 points from Mike Williams to win your league or to win your week, and he doesn't get 2 points.
Dude, I needed
Is
10
that what
points.
happened to you?
No, it didn't. I actually needed him to not do anything, and he didn't do anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Love it.
Dude, I needed 10 points from Herbert and Mike Williams, and I didn't get it. I got 5.8 from Herbert and 0.8 from Mike Williams.
Oh my god.
Dude, I actually would have quit fantasy football.
I literally
Not even getting
needed.
it from Herbert is terrible.
Yeah, I know. He
Oh.
threw the most completions without throwing a touchdown pass in NFL history. He threw the ball 57 times and didn't throw a touchdown.
That's crazy.
Like, something has to be wrong with him, right?
I think it's coaching. Fuck. I know the Chargers are 4-2, but if the Chargers keep playing like this, they will definitely be trading for Sean Payton because they need a they need like a quarterback whisperer. They need an offensive mind. Brandon Staley, man, like he's a great defensive coordinator, but he's holding him back.
Yeah.
I think it's like coaching and play calling right now, very, very subpar.
Yeah, I lost by less than 4. And I got 5.8 from Herbert and 0.8 from Mike Williams. 1.7 from Mike Williams. My apologies.
Tough.
Yeah.
You're probably just like going in after Sunday, like, oh, this is a lock. Good
Oh,
win.
Dude,
Let's
Carrie.
go. High fives all around.
Yo, Carrie was he texted me because I was playing against him. He was like, I usually don't cheer for them, but I hope the Broncos dismantle your boys, and they fucking did. I was like, no shot that actually happens.
I'll give you guys a little scenario here. I had Melvin Gordon in this same one. I had Melvin Gordon going up against Mike Boone and Mike Williams. I can't believe they needed to outscore Melvin Gordon by whatever he got by at least 7, and they would have won. I won by 7 points because they didn't do shit.
Yeah, didn't all of them put up like no points?
I don't think they combined for over 3.5 points.
Yeah, like Mike Boone had like 0.8. Melvin had what, like maybe-
0.8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Aaron Jones who got 4.4, Clyde who got 3.3, and Mike Williams who got 1.7.
That's just tough, especially
There's-
when they're all like.
There's
number
3 of your
one in their
first 5
position.
picks in the draft.
Like, fuck right off, man.
Jesus
It
Christ.
is what it is.
But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I think Melvin Gordon probably requests a trade after being shown the absolute dickening. Latavius Murray literally was signed a week and a half ago, didn't play last week, and got more touches. Like, yeah, Murray looks good, but like Melvin Gordon, he's been so productive. Like, yeah, he's fumbling, but like you got to make it 1A, 1B. You can't just give him the shaft and be like, yeah, good luck.
The fact that Melvin Gordon was taking touches away from Javonte Williams, but Latavius Murray is out touching Melvin Gordon is
Ludicrous.
some of the dumbest coaching I've ever seen.
That's fucking retarded. Why did they even sign this guy in the first place, man?
Right? No, it's terrible. I can't believe it. Broncos are falling apart as we see it, and they haven't even started. So I love it. The Eagles and the Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. Was anyone scared that the Eagles were going to lose?
No.
I wasn't.
Not to
No.
Cooper Rush, even though
No.
Cooper Rush has been kind of good.
Dude, the fact that anyone thought that there was any sort of quarterback controversy in Dallas is dumb. I don't care how good Cooper Rush is playing. That's Dak's.
It's Dak's position.
Because Cooper Rush's best isn't Dak's average, in my opinion.
I agree.
And
that's what he looked like.
yeah, like Cooper Rush is just like a ginger Garoppolo, in my opinion. But like, I think
that's a solid comparison, Jeff. Good job.
Is that sarcasm?
No, I like it.
Okay.
I actually loved it. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't tell there. Like, I just think they're the exact same. Like, they were playing good enough to win games, but they weren't standing out to like have anyone trust them.
I agree. My one note on this game, or two notes, I should say. I love AJ Brown. He's so good.
Playing up to his contract.
Yes. And sadness. CJ Gardner-Johnson has more picks in one game than the Saints do all season.
That hurts.
Oh my god.
Did the Saints trade him, or did he leave in
They
free
traded
agency?
him. They drafted him in the 4th round in 2019, and they traded him for a 5th and a conditional 6th.
Why?
Because we thought we had so much depth, and then 3 injuries to our safeties and corners, and we're fucked. But good news.
Dude, if you're trading something because you have too much depth, get something better than a 5th and a 6th.
Seriously.
Right? And
like, that's the dumbest thing ever.
This was my issue. Why didn't they hold on to him until the deadline if they were going to trade him? Like, he still has to play. He still had to. It was a whole contract dispute. He wanted to be paid like a safety, but he was only playing nickel corner, and the difference is like $6 million. But it's like, he's such a good presence in New Orleans. Keep him until the deadline, and then get him for like a 2nd or like a 3rd. Like, he's clearly upped his value from a 4th round pick just because of the type of shit like he goes through, and he's proving it. The Eagles got an absolute steal. Howie Roseman fucked Mickey Loomis.
And they got James Bradbury too, he was tearing it up on the Giants not too long ago and got waived, and now he's tearing it up there. Like,
that one wasn't so bad though, because Bradbury was getting lit when he was on the Giants.
And that's totally fair, but like, they still got him at a bargain as well, right?
For sure.
He was at least a bright spot in the Giants' shitty defense.
Yeah.
For the past 3 or 4 years, I'd say.
And like, Slay is like,
Slayin.
yeah. So Eagles I think they're legit this year.
I do
and
too.
It's not just like, they're not fraudulent.
They're not the Pittsburgh 11-0 team.
Yeah, 100%. Like, this team is actually like, they could make some noise in the playoffs.
I agree. Tanner, any notes on this game?
No, actually, unfortunately I was unable to watch it. I had hockey that night, but I really do like what I've seen from the Eagles. I just feel like they got everything going on. Kind of Jalen Hurts rookie contract, got their receivers finally.
Got
defense
a good
is playing good. Yeah, running backs. Actually, I was very surprised with their running backs this year.
Sanders turning it around. It was a tough down year last year for him, but he's fucking shoving it in everyone's faces this year.
Oh, yeah. And even like he was coming in this year injured, you're like, oh, here we go again, Miles Sanders. But he's playing solid. And
I just want to give one RIP to guest of the show, Tyler Goff. With 10 minutes left in the 4th, he needed 1 yard from Pollard and he didn't get it. So RIP. Total yard.
Was it PPR?
No, it was for a parlay.
Oh.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Tyler Goff, because I wanted to cry for him. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh my god. That's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially how he's been running. Like, Cowboys kept like doing so bad. Kept throwing Zeke out there because they needed to throw the ball, but like I think Pollard got targeted twice in that 10 minutes, and they were both incomplete passes, batted down by the defense.
Rest in pepperonis.
Yeah. So it was
Uh,
it was tough. It was tough.
Man. Well, now for the probably what was the game of the week. Bills and Chiefs. Definitely did not end the way I thought it would. I
Yeah.
thought the Chiefs would be gifted penalty after penalty. The way that game was reffed. I thought the Bills, if the Bills lost, I thought they were just screwed out of a win because they missed a clear tripping on Chris
That
Jones.
was bullshit. That was
Absolutely
bullshit.
bullshit, man. And then they also missed a very clear penalty on the next play, like a block in the back from the Chiefs on one of the Bills players.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Literally sent him flying out of the screen. Absolutely absurd. But Patrick Mahomes choked in a time where I've never seen him choke, and he threw a game-losing interception.
Yo, that pick was so bad.
It was terrible. It was bad, but that was a great game.
Josh Allen clear cut MVP front runner now.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that post that I made, just flush it down the toilet. It's Josh Allen time, baby.
Yeah.
The hurdle that he had too, almost dating back to exactly a year. Man, this guy's magical. Tanner, I don't know if you who do you like more, Mahomes or Allen?
Oh, Allen for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck Mahomes just because his little brother.
I haven't seen Jackson Mahomes this year. It's been
Thank
so
Christ.
nice. God, not dancing on Sean Taylor's grave.
Yo, I think I saw the stat. It was Patrick Mahomes touchdown passes leading the league. Fourth in the league was Patrick Mahomes touchdown passes in the 10. Inside the 10. So like a lot of his are like 4 yards touchdown passes to Kelsey or something like that.
Yeah, Kelsey did have 4 touchdowns and 25 receiving yards last week. So
that was wild.
That was absolutely insane.
So like Josh Allen, I think he's having the far better year. I mean, like, how many 80-yard touchdown passes does he have this year? Like 4?
Something like that, yeah.
And 3 of them are to Gabe Davis. Some shit. I don't even know, but all of them might be to Gabe Davis. But
maybe.
Yeah, Allen is hanging his nuts on the table right now.
Oh, yeah. It was so good to see. I can't believe well, no, maybe I can. He definitely wasn't good his first couple of years in the NFL, but it was all raw talent, and he completely bet on himself. I've said it countless times. I love this guy's story. He's gonna be great for the city of Buffalo, and God damn it, I wish he was my quarterback.
Yeah, guys, there's a small little spider right here. Should I let it see if I get Spider-Man here? I get bit here real quick.
Cringe.
Put it on your eye. Let it bite your eyeball. See what happens.
Let your eye turn a different color.
I just touched the postcard that it was on, and now it's disappeared.
Magical spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, any notes from this game from you, Tanner?
I only caught the tail end of it, but I did end up seeing the pick at the end of the game by Mahomes.
Oh yeah.
Not the worst pick I've ever seen. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good play by the defender
for
to jump
Mahomes,
that route,
though,
right?
it seemed like it was pretty bad, right?
I mean, I feel like Mahomes plays on that kind of like risky borderline fucking sidearm fucking trying to make a play 24/7 type shit. So
maybe
I
it's
feel
just
like
odd that it wasn't completed then.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's more just like what you expect with Mahomes is like he pulls a fucking rabbit out of his ass or whatever, and then but
I just think
times where
I don't know, I just think it was different because that play wasn't going anywhere if he did catch it.
True. It was only like back to line of scrimmage type shit.
Yeah, like he would have got
2 timeouts too as well.
Yeah, he would have got eaten up, so I would have just like tossed it into the fucking fans.
Yeah.
Anything. Or just like slid and then called a timeout or something. Because he could have ran for more yards than what the reception would have been.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the game you play if you play like Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
Very true.
So it makes him great, but it's what makes him look dumb.
Sometimes,
You know?
Yep.
But anyways, that was week 6. I know this episode's kind of running a little bit long, so we won't really stick on any topics. We'll just preview our 3 teams just to run it by. Saints Cardinals, like I said earlier, if the Saints don't win, I'm kind of wrapping it up for the season and focusing on fantasy football. How has it been 6 weeks and Alvin Kamara still doesn't have a touchdown? I don't know. But he's been running like the best of his life. He's had like back-to-back 95+ yard rushing games and back-to-back like 6 reception games. So he's doing good, and he just needs to score. Like as soon as he scores, I will be the happiest motherfucker ever to live. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about Thursday night. Tanner, Seahawks, Chargers in LA. Do you have hope?
Just a tough game.
I
It's a
think the
very tough game.
Seahawks can win this game, especially seeing as how the Chargers played the Broncos.
Yeah,
Looking-
I think that's like the only chance I give Seattle is because of how the Chargers have been playing. I mean, like Geno Smith has been dealing, but I think Chargers are like on paper they should win this game. But I mean, Seahawks are playing hot and the Chargers are playing cold, so anything could happen.
I don't like the mix of, okay, Seattle's defense played good last week, but they've been getting up a shit ton of points the weeks before that. And the Chargers offense is for real. So I feel like hate to say it, but it could be one of those weeks where it's an absolute shootout. And I feel like the Chargers probably could put up a lot of points against the Seahawks. Like Denver's defense is no slouch, and they played great against the Chargers. And the Seahawks defense is nowhere near Denver's defense. So
I know what you mean.
they're in
I
tough.
agree.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jeff, your Pats host
Monday Nighter.
host the Bears. Wow. Is it just me, or has the like
Primetime games been complete arse?
ass, man?
Yeah, this isn't going to be the most exciting.
If the Patriots don't
game.
win by like 12 points, I don't want to watch.
I think this might be the game where they put up their most points this year. I know they put up 29 against Detroit. One of them was come from the defense.
Yes.
But I think it could be like similar to the Lions.
I
I don't
bet
think-
this game to be like Pats minus 12.
Yeah, I don't think the Pats are gonna shut them out. I think they might but I don't think the Bears are gonna do anything crazy. But I think the Patriots will handle this game pretty convincingly.
Jeff or Hayden, if you think it's Pats minus 12, you should bet on the Pats because it's Pats minus 8 right now.
Ooh.
That's the line right now.
Yeah, minus 8.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Guess what the over under is?
I don't know, like 29.
36.
36. That's so low, man. It's 39 and a half.
I mean, hey, it could have been. I don't.
What was the over under for not Pat's Steelers? It was like the week after.
The Browns Steelers, it was 36.5.
Or no, the Browns Patriots. Well, didn't we go over it, Hayden?
I thought it was Browns. Okay, well, whatever it was, I know there was one that was 36.5.
Yeah. I thought there was one that was like
Don't even bother turning that game on.
Yeah.
It was Browns Steelers. It was week 3, Thursday Night Football.
Okay.
Yeah. And they actually did go over. So they scored 46 points.
Right.
Ah.
Right.
Thanks, Stack Guy.
Yeah, I'm right here. We got you.
Stack I hate.
But yeah, Jeff, I'll hand it off back to you, my guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think the Patriots defense is gonna have a field day on Monday night. I mean, Jack Jones has been playing lights. Bailey Zappi's been he's been managing the games well. Ramondre Stevenson's been running the hell out of the ball, and I just like every part of our team better. It's not great, it's just better. Justin Fields just passed Mac Jones in passing yards, and Mac Jones has been hurt for like 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't know. I just don't see a lot out of the Bears that can beat the Patriots this week, and it just makes me confident in them. But yeah, I'd probably go bet the Patriots alternative line 13.5, some shit like that, and the under maybe. But yeah, it's kind of what I got.
I agree, Jeff. I think the Bears are in an absolute fucking shambles right now. So anytime you can bet against them, bet against them.
Yeah. Agreed. So that about wraps it up for
Sweet.
NFL talk.
Fucking rights. Tanner, you got anything to plug?
No, not really, man. Tariq Woolen, plug it.
Plug it. Love it. Hey, where can the people find you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Tanner Rennich, or you can follow me on Twitter, Tanner Rennich. Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
Simple
Hey.
guy. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Hayden_Barton, and on TikTok at Bart.
At Bart.
Just Bart, eh?
Just Bart.
How'd you even get that handle?
I don't know, man. I just got it. I saw Jeff tag me like on TikTok, and I was like, it's just Bart? That's sick.
I think it's like
Sweet.
Bart 13 or something like that.
Yeah, but it didn't show up as Bart 13. That's why I was like, oh, cool.
Weird.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Instagram at Jevon.Lefave, on Twitter at JevonLefave. Find everything for the show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at leftsideheavy_. My school has been absolutely showing me the 50 states, so posting has been slowing down, but I'm going to try and be better with that this week. You can catch us on the YouTube, Left Side Heavy, subscribe, rate, do everything. Do all that kind of stuff anywhere you get the podcast. Really helps grow the show. Tanner, thanks again, buddy, for coming on. It's always an absolute time having you on, despite the troubles of your laptop dying and audio troubles to kick it off. But we figured it out. We got there. We got where we needed to be. But yeah, folks, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Basically doing the same shit. So peace out, and thanks for listening.